Happy Monday, everybody. Woo, thank God. It is so good to be here in the place to be. For all the mothers who celebrated Mother's Day, obviously I wasn't there. My healing army, hey, guess what? Happy belated Mother's Day. We value you. We value all the mothers in the world that became before us, that are here now, that have left to be the glory. We love all the mothers and the future mothers that is to come. And that's why that's related to being a good father. We need fathers to help raise those daughters to be great mothers. So here, I just want to let you know again, we have some more subscribers. To the new subscribers that came to the channel, we just want to say welcome, because you are a healing agent. It's just that we are now together. You're joining the army. We call it the healing army. And what are we doing? We are healers that's trying to find who the missing fathers, not to beat them down or, smash them or disregard them or discard them. We try to uplift, encourage, and empower. So thank God for joining this army. Welcome for those who've been here. Thank you on LinkedIn. You've given me love once again. Hit that subscribe button. Facebook, hit that subscribe button. And Instagram, hit that subscribe button, because we have a plethora of videos that can possibly, guess what, do some healing for the missing fathers. So please hit that like button. Please feel free to make comments. If you have any ideas, I could read them and we can go ahead and address that issue. Most importantly, hit that notification bell, bing, because I subscribe every Monday. So thank you and welcome. It's just so good to be here. So I wanted to kind of talk about the last couple of weeks on the videos, and I'm not going to get into it, but you can, plug up the video once you subscribe. Is been talking about how missing fathers, resulting now from police brutality. Unfortunately, for those small little groups that are police officers that are doing that, the majority of the police officers are good. I can at least say that. So thank God. So I wanted to kind of get a little bit deep and kind of add on to that. This video today, guess what, everybody, is talking about how missing fathers are related or have sometimes should be diagnosed or misdiagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. That's a PTSD. Now, us as mental health workers, we have this, you might as well say, the Bible of psychology and psychiatric disorders. We have the APA, American Psychiatric Association. They sit down every so often, 5 or 6 years, and they come up with disorders, have this big discussion, and then they print out different versions. So the version that we're on right now is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, version number 5. So I'm be reading what they came up with, this the consensus, and what people get diagnosed when they see mental health workers such as I. So I'm gonna read you the definition of post-stress disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I just wanted to infuse that and how that may be related to the missing fathers. So here we go. There's a criteria that had to be for 6 years. I'm gonna read just a couple of them. Exposure to actual threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence in one of the following ways: directly experiencing trauma, witnessing an in-person events as it occurs to others, learning that the traumatic event occurred to the close family member or close friend, experiencing repeated or extreme exposure to adverse details of the traumatic event. I'm gonna read one more. It's reoccurring, it's involuntary, it's repetitive, and the trauma happens over and over and over again. So how does that relate to the missing father? Well, sometimes, and again, I got to make a disclaimer, I'm not trying to excuse missing fathers and why they gone, but I just want to give you some reasoning behind the behavior. There's always reasons behind behavior that drives behavior, okay? Most oftentimes what I recognize and I see that a lot of missing fathers, before they leave, before they they go out and they do what they do. Maybe they may be womanizing and having babies here and having babies there, or they get stressed out and they leave. Because a lot of times they did have a life and they were single. They did have a childhood before they became a father. Everybody started out in childhood, okay? And sometimes they experience some traumatic events. For example, we have substance abusers. Sometimes a father was forced, before he became a father, when he was a little boy in early childhood development, maybe he had a mother or a father who was addicted to drugs. And so that right there, psychologically, he never really had a childhood. He was always thrust in an unnatural position of being what we call parentified, where he may had to take care of his mother, which was unnatural, why the mother was, or the father was supposed to be taking care of him. So you have a substance abuse issues that is very traumatic. And during that time of the substance abuse issues, there could be mothers, I've seen mothers where, they have other addicts that be in the home. It's very instability. The home could be deplorable. And there are things where sometimes mothers had their friends where they would use and they would overdose and die in front of the child, which is the potential father as he got older. You got sexual abuse. Sometimes if the mother is using or the father is using, and you have that child, which is the potential the father. Guess what? He possibly could have got sexually abused because there was no protection, there was no guardianship, there was no way of really monitoring him. He never really had structure. So he's growing up, he's supposed to be going to school. He never really had a bedtime. He was sometimes left alone, cold, lonely, not really food to eat or clothes to put on. So he had to feel like sometimes he may have to go out and sell drugs, or he may have to go out and survive. And it wasn't because of a fad thing or he wanted to get in trouble. It was because he did not have that protection, did not have that love and that sort of thing and that consistency. So that result in a diagnosis of PTSD, what I just read. Sometimes they never come to the office to get really diagnosed formally, but these are the traumatic events that he may have experienced before he got to the point where, okay, something was missing. All those things that I was supposed to get as a child from my father and mother. Father and mother love you. I did not get it. And so therefore, something is missing. I'm seeking to get something to fulfill the thing that was missing. That was supposed to be the love and belonging needs, the safety needs, my basic needs, and the support and structure and guidance from my parents, which I did not get. And so now that I'm older in my lifespan, now what I'm supposed to do something to fulfill something that was missing. So I'm a womanizer. I'm gonna go ahead and get these women, and if I get them pregnant or whatever like that, it was always me. It was always me about survival, and I didn't really have that emotional support. So how do I know how really to teach and provide that emotional support if I've never gotten any? They should have been diagnosed with PTSD. But most often what happens, they're not diagnosed with PTSD, they're diagnosed with some sort of mood disorder, or he has an anger problem or something like that. But that emotion stems from somewhere. Reasons behind that is PTSD. So I'm in celebration of the month of May, everybody. There are some that I know that do know this, but if you don't know, the month of May is the National Mental Health Month. So we celebrate mental health. And we want to increase the awareness of not criminalize mental health awareness, but we want to really educate and support and get everybody to understand what goes on with mental health, what drives behaviors, what's the reasons underneath of that. So I'm not excusing missing fathers, but this is some of the stuff that they've gone through before their absence. So I just wanted to, again, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month, to let everybody know what the awareness of some of the things that goes into a missing father. So I love you guys. Just wanted to say, males, boys do what they want to do. Men do what they have to do. I just wanted to lay that on you guys. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe. I'll see you next week. God bless you.